What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about what type of man do you want to be? What type of man do you want to be? Have you ever thought of that? Like, have you ever thought about the places that you actually want to be, especially as a man? Do you want to be able to provide? Do you want to be able to have a family? Do you want to be able to have a good job, a good career? What type of man do you want to be? Do you want to be able to have muscle, right? To be protective? Do you want to be able to be financially intelligent or to be able to be, independent so you can take care of yourself? Like, what type of man do you want to be? And I think that a lot of men, a lot of guys in this world, they don't think about the type of man that they actually want to be until they're put in a position to be the man that they need to be. And what people don't understand is that you need to be able to work at something. And if you're working at trying to be the man that you want to be or that you need to be, then it gives you purpose. That gives you drive every day to show up, to be there for the people that count on you. And if there aren't people that's counting on you, literally, as if you got kids or, if your mom is disabled or whatever the case is, right? You still have you that you need to count on. You still have you that you need to show up for. You need to, you want to be the man that you want to be. And at the end of the day, no one else is going to make you that type of man besides you. No one else. No one else is going to come and tell you, hey, you said that you wanted to get your body weight up to this, or you wanted to lose this much weight. You said that you want to get your finances up to this much. You wanted to make this much a year. You wanted to start this and that. No one's going to come and tell you that you need to do that, especially as a man. And what you need to understand is that it's going to be up to you for where you lead yourself. It's going to be up to you. At the end of the day, no one else is going to come do it for you. So the quicker that you realize that it really is up to your actions and how quick and how bad you want it, then you're going to be able to put yourself in a situation where you can become the man that you've always wanted to be. I think sometimes what people don't realize is that, especially as a man, that no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to tell you, hey, no one's going to come to say, hey, you're handsome, let me just give you some money. Hey, you're handsome, let me just take you on a trip. Hey, you're handsome, let me take you on a jet. Hey, you're handsome, let me just provide for you. No one else is going to do that. We have to go out here and we got to get after it. Like I said in another video, we build a castle, women walk into it, right? We have to build a foundation for ourselves to be able to create something that women can actually walk into. If you're the type of person where you're kind of lazy, you're lingering around, you're not really doing that much, women aren't going to be super attracted to you because you don't have anything going on. You don't give them experience. Girls like experience. That's why they like guys with money, because guys can pay for stuff. They can pay for them to be on the yacht. They can pay for them to have the Airbnb. They can pay for them to get on a plane and take a trip, right? They can pay for them to go to the fancy dinners. They like experience. If you can't pay or afford experience, then they're most likely not fully going to be invested into you. Now, that's not for every case. Some women are good and they want to help you build and grow. Other women, they like the experience. So you got to understand the type of woman that you're dealing with. But what you understand is that as a man, nothing is going to just be given to you. Nothing is guaranteed to just be like, oh, here you go. You got a nice haircut. Here you go. You got a nice body. Here you go. Right? That's just how it goes. We're supposed to be the providers. And if you don't see yourself in that type of role, or you haven't even thought about yourself being in that type of role, then you got to think about that. You got to reevaluate where you want to be. Eventually, you're going to be a father if you want kids. And those kids are going to look to you to be able to provide for them, to be there for them, to make time for them, to get what they want, right? And yet, right now, you're stuck on, well, man, I'm just a teenager, or, I'm just single, so I don't have to worry about that. Eventually, you will. And rather be ready instead of having to get ready for all of those things that's going to come into your life. Already have the money that you saved up. Already have the position and the job, career that you wanted so that you can be able to provide and take care of that. Be able to provide and take care of the woman, right? I think that as we grow up, we start to understand that it's not just about us anymore. Whenever you get to that 18 to maybe, I'll probably say 18 to 22, maybe 23, depending on how quick you start having kids and, getting relationships, it's always been about you, right? You try to, live life and you want to go out and party. You want to go out and go to your own college. You can do whatever you want, right? Especially as a kid, everything is about you. Cater to you, cater to you, cater to you. But once you hit a certain age or a certain point in your life, people are looking to you for you to take care of them. People are looking to you to get advice from. People are looking to you to be able to go out and to be able to, provide for them. And the quicker that you realize that, then the quicker that you'll want to keep grinding, the quicker that you'll want to keep getting after it, no matter what the cost is. And so, you got to get out there and you got to get after it. What type of man do you want to be? What type of man do you want to be? Especially on a spiritual level, Do you want to be a man that can be able to lead your family, spiritually? Tell them about your beliefs and tell them about, exactly why you believe it and what they need to know, I'll say. Like, are you even big on that? Or, being able to make time for them when they have games or they have shows and they have different things, they need that support. They're looking to you and your wife or your girl to be able to show up for them. What type of man are you going to be? Are you going to be there or are you not? Are you going to be able to show up when they need you? Are they going to be able to look in the stands and say, oh, there's my dad? Or are you going to be like, oh, he's working, oh, he's, out, or he just couldn't make it, Financially, are you able to take care of yourself? Are you able to be smart with money? Not just be able to make money, but be smart with money. You can make a whole bunch of money, but then blow it on the wrong things. You go out, you start, whether you're gambling or you start buying unnecessary things, right? You start doing things that require you to lose the money that you've already acquired, and now you can't take care of what you need to take care of. So financially, are you good financially? These people are looking after you. And even if I'm saying these people because eventually you're going to get to that point, that's where your headspace has to be. But if it's just you right now, like for me, it's just me right now. I got to make sure that I stay on top of what I need to stay on top of, because eventually you still got to take care of your own spot. You still got to take care of your own bills. You still got to take care of your own car. You still got to take care of insurance. You still got things to take care of that if you don't, there's going to have repercussions. So you got to treat these things like they're already, in practice, right? Especially when you're young, Some people, they don't ever have kids. Some people, they wait, they have them super young, and then they learn and they have to grow up and mature super quick. But it depends on your situation, Are you responsible? Do you have the attributes of a man to be able to call yourself a man? To be able to get to the point where you're like, look, I'm a grown man. I'm doing my own thing. I'm maintaining what I got going on. I'm doing this and this and this. I'm working on this and this. I have this vision. I have this goal. I'm involving myself with this circle, with these people. What are you doing? And that's what you got to ask yourself. Myself as a man, what am I doing to make myself better? What am I doing to improve myself? What am I doing to get to that next level? Because the quicker that you start understanding that part of it and that side of where you want to be at, then the quicker you can actually start to elevate yourself over time. And you're not so focused on all these other distractions that men end up falling into. You want to be on your grind, but yet you're trying to chase every single pretty girl out in the world or out in the club, right? That's going to just take your money, that's just going to take your time, and they might give you an unexpected gift. You know what I'm saying? You focus on the wrong things. You want to be at all these parties, you want to be at all these friend groups, but all they want to do is sit around. They just want to smoke and drink. They want to get super drunk, they want to get super high, they want to do drugs, right? That's not the places that you want to be in. And if you involve yourself in that, especially at a younger age or at a developing age, I should say, then it's going to set the foundation of how you think about how you want to use the vices, right? You start going through things in life, and your first thing is, I feel like I need to smoke a blunt. I feel like I just need to drink a little bit so I can ease the pain, right? I feel like I need to go get this girl so I can just release some stress. I need to go blow some money just because, I want some new clothes all of a sudden. I want some new shoes all of a sudden. I want some new whatever, The foundation builds who you are going to be as a man. And if you do understand that part, then you start to understand exactly the type of man that you want to be. And not everyone's perfect, No one is perfect. And so what you're going to understand is that rather you've already done some of these things and you're trying to work on it, which is okay. but you can't stay stuck in the same place that you've been trying to overcome for years or for months. You gotta make a change. You gotta make the decision to think about what type of man or what type of person do you wanna be. And then outside of you, you have to think about how are people gonna view who you are as a man. You know, for me, people know I'm not gonna smoke or drink. So I could be in a crowd and they're like, oh, I know Elijah's not smoking, no matter what the environment is. Oh, I know that Elijah's gonna be able to hold himself accountable to be able to not do this and this. You know, can other people say that about you, or they're gonna be like, he might have smoked, he might have indulged in whatever they're doing just because he doesn't have that much self-control. He might have done that. Like, how are people going to view you? Can they view you as a leader? Can they view you as accountable? Can you be a man of your word? Like, all these things that makes you the man that you want to be. You got to think about those things. Not everybody thinks about them. That's why you have men in here, or not in here, but in the world that aren't representing us right, you know, to show the good men. So that's really the question of the day, y'all. Are you repping yourself? And what type of man do you want to be? What are you doing to get to that? And how are you going to like present yourself to other people? What are the viewpoints of other people? So that's really all I got for you on this video. Just give you a little something to think about. I want you to, rather you could write it out, you could just sit there in your bed and think about it. You probably might have been thinking about it while I'm talking in this video anyway, but it's just something for y'all to think about. And I want you to really process, you know, what it is that I'm saying, because I think it's going to be very beneficial to developing who you want to become over time. So that being said, y'all, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on socials, it'll be King Malone. And until then, I will catch you on the next video. Go on.